ETH moved about 16% from 4,200 to 4,890, which would make it ETH's new all-time high by like $20.
ETH definitely has made a surprising comeback to a degree.
I still say it's dead.
I would say that the sentiment for Ethereum does appear to be pretty good overall.
Yeah, it's dead, but it's bullish dead.
Welcome back, everybody,
So another week.
of your favorite crypto podcast,
Sometimes crypto.
the Unscripted.
Crypto podcast.
Ayo.
Ayo.
It's been a minute. I was on a vacation, and then after that, came back, ready to record. So I thought
We were recording.
we were recording. However, my laptop had given its last breath. It's like no longer charging. It was
It literally died as we recorded.
pretty much multiple times. So we're like, okay, scrap it. The reason why we started recording so soon was to try to get something out, but I didn't have the chance to set up my new desktop, so that's what I spent the day doing, and here we are. Hopefully no more headaches and troubles in the future.
We should be looking more gooder. And we also
Yes,
lose
sir.
the excitement from yesterday because this was Friday, August 22nd, and the reason excitement because Fed announced some things and caused the market to just have a nice, fun Friday pump skis before close.
Yep, definitely pumped big time. And you already know, whenever the Fed talks, markets move.
To add, Powell was just in a meeting, right? Like it was just a conference, essentially.
Yeah, there was like an annual thing that's held every year that he went to.
Yeah. And there's when he gave some very fun remarks. I'm looking.
Some would say unexpected also.
Definitely unexpected. No one. I mean, we'll get into that. I wasn't expecting that. So essentially, Fed announced that they're gonna move away from a 2% inflation target and that entire framework, and just go based on what are the labor markets doing in more of a real time. You can say. At least that's the way I would interpret it.
Yeah.
To be exact, Powell said, the Fed has adopted a new framework that removes a reference to the central bank seeking inflation that averages 2% over time, and one to it making decisions on employment-based shortfalls from its maximum levels.
Yeah. So pretty much changing
How they've run
Fed's
things.
goal. Yeah. It's no longer to keep inflation at 2%, but rather keep unemployment low.
And keep inflation more so under just somewhat stable.
Yeah.
Just not letting it go wild. So,
Which is crazy
add-
because that's like Powell's been pushing for the 2% inflation goal for like so long now. And now he abandoned for a new model.
So yeah, pretty much abandon it. And of course, this immediately Powell also hinted at that there is since there was a revision in labor market reports from, I believe it was May and June, that the updated numbers, we saw significant job loss. About 110 jobs were revised, meaning those were added to unemployment. And with that, Powell looks like he stated that with the new revision, essentially, there's enough pain in the labor markets to, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
It's not trigger, but to trigger rate cuts or the beginning of them.
Okay. Yeah. So like, to indicate whether rate cuts need to come in.
Maybe.
Triggers are pretty good.
It
Signal.
wasn't the word I wanted. The word I was going to use is a little fancy, I think.
Yeah, there's not much context in
It's
how,
okay,
how
whatever.
yeah.
It doesn't matter. So,
But yeah,
with
the
all that
markets-
information that came out Friday, market decided to have a rally. Mind you, I looked in the morning. I had a funeral yesterday for my girlfriend's friends, family, whatever, funeral. Didn't look at markets. Took a small peek. We were actually coming down in the morning. Then once that news broke out, market completely rallied.
Yeah, big candle upwards.
Big, yeah.
So, which ones were the ones that which cryptos gained the most percentage after yesterday's news?
Oh, you want to talk about the coins? I actually don't know which specific tokens. Like, I'm sure that's a quick Google. They all pretty much rallied.
They all rallied. Yeah.
They all rallied hard. But if you want the response everyone wants, I'll give it to you. I'm looking for it now.
The response that he does not want to say.
No, I'm still gonna say it. So ETH bounced and moved from the wick low of that candle to ETH moved about 16% from 4,200 to 4,890, which would make it, at least on the exchange I'm looking at, if I'm not mistaken, ETH's new all-time high by like $20.
Oh, just barely passed.
Barely passed it.
Yeah, ETH's definitely has made a comeback, a surprising comeback to a degree.
Still dead. I still say it's dead.
I can't say that, but I definitely understand where he comes from.
You know what's funnier? I sold a portion of my ETH ETF to buy something else, and I think it started to rally up like the following days. Like, this was a couple weeks ago now. I sold, or maybe even a month. But after I sold, market started to rally. Well, ETH started to rally upwards since that time. Since I sold. You're welcome, by the way.
You're welcome. Inverse William. Always inverse
yeah.
William.
That's between you and your indicator.
No, we don't. We don't need you to become the next Jim Cramer.
He's a good top signal.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright. So, should we divulge the charts?
Yeah, let's divulge
Let's
the
put out
charts.
your new setup to the test.
Let's see. Yeah,
Since it
I mean,
doesn't
it shouldn't crash. It shouldn't crash.
No, it shouldn't.
Internet speed is still a different issue, though. That's something that I will be working on also.
You have to move out for that one, but not the point. You can see the chart.
I can't see the chart.
Awesome sauce. So, this big blue candle was Friday after the news broke out, essentially. Let's break it to 4 hour. So, yesterday when I was talking, this candle was basically in progress. We were on the second candle. And I was basically saying at that time that we're going to have this push up with such a strong bounce or move in general. You will see some sort of retracement at some point. Clearly, that's what happened. And like this little box said, this would be our new resistance / support if we flip it, which currently is just bouncing around in it. So it is the weekend. There's not a lot of volume at the moment, so we will have to wait for more volume to come in. But as of right now, we're in just a resistance zone / support until it flips it, decides. So essentially what I was saying yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, was pump up, some sort of retrace, find a higher high from this lower low. Well, actually from bouncing on the support, actually horizontal. So make this a new higher high and then continue to move up. Clearly we're gonna have resistance at 119 and then at the prior all-time high. So that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. A lot can happen. Really, Monday we'll have more clarity once market opens. Ideally, what we want to see is this level hold. It makes it confirms that's the new higher high, and we're at a lower risk of a potential, unless Trump speaks. We're in a good spot to maybe not revisit this for now, not ever, but for the foreseeable future, if markets continue to trend upwards.
Yeah, I mean, the news was still somewhat speculative in the sense that
there's not a lot of clarity out.
Yeah, Powell was not super definitive in what was going to happen. Yeah. Just more so saying what it's leaning towards.
Correct. The only thing is we are expected a decrease in rate now. Like, it's almost certain. What's going to change is it's whether it's a 0.25% or 0.5%. We'll see what happens. Depending on what happens there, the market could really moon after the fact. Back to the chart. So now we have dominance, which crashed yesterday, which is good for alts and good for alts since Bitcoin went up, all dominance went down, alts blew up 60% in a day for ETH. So as we stated, when I recorded with Alex before his trip, dominance has been pushing down for a little bit, and we're working our way through potential support bounce zones and just losing each support level by level. So as of right now, our new fun zone will be if we get down to, in the process to this, let's call it 57% dominance, which is a good ways away from where we are. So that would be our new target where we're going to potentially see dominance heading down to, and more than likely we should see it bounce around here for a bit, just like it did previously. And
that's going to be,
ETH. What's up?
I was going to say that's going to be, well, would that be exciting or anticlimactic? Like, not much going on. If it's just staying
coming down with Bitcoin going up is exciting. I mean,
that's
all the
exciting.
Holders are happy.
Yeah, at that point, everyone's happy.
Everyone, exactly. No, it's definitely it's not a nothing burger. Definitely matters. Dominance is coming down, which is good, and it's just continue to just lose support levels one after the next. And mind you, we really won't see alts really fly until dominance comes way lower, comes down way harder, and we're still quite always away from like 50, even just 54%, and that doesn't include if we do lose that, we're going down even lower, right? So there's still a lot of room for alts to make massive gains.
Yeah.
Mind you, we're not saying fade Bitcoin. Always have Bitcoin. Bitcoin is king.
Yeah, Bitcoin is digital gold.
As I said, ETH pumped, really like bounce on support essentially. Give her what's on dating. This is too much. Like bounce on this little area of support, broke this downtrend, and just tickled its previous all-time high, kind of broke it by a couple bucks. What we want to see next, you probably want to see it either float around here for a bit just to cool off, and then it'll continue to push up, or we get some really good exciting news again and get another crazy pump-mental. And so and just everything's flying. Well, not flying, but everything's holding really well at the moment, even though Bitcoin has come down some compared to the rest of the crypto market. Like example, Bitcoin's down, just for like a quick number, down about 2%, just call it easy. And Sol hasn't moved really from where it was before. Like it's also 2%, which is crazy. Typically they're not 1-to-1. So meaning ultra strong at this very point in time. We're
Yep.
looking good. We're cooking.
We're cooking. And I would say that the sentiment for Ethereum does appear to be pretty good overall.
Yeah, no, people. ETH is bullish. It's dead, but it's
yeah.
bullish dead.
Matter of fact, there was recently a Bitcoin whale that has been dormant for the past 7 years. And they transferred Bitcoin into Ethereum. So a lot of their funds got switched over.
You see, that's stupid.
Well,
Nah, I can't criticize nobody.
that actually worked out well for them because
Nah, I assume.
ETH went up 15%.
No, I'm not. Again, I didn't give any pushback.
Yeah. So the wallet, the Bitcoin wallet, had received over 100,000 Bitcoin, specifically 100,784 Bitcoin 7 years ago. That's a lot of Bitcoin, guys. That's a lot of Bitcoin. And then they rotated and got 62,914 Ethereum now. So
How much? 62,000?
914.
So they didn't convert all of it then.
No, not all of it.
That's just a small portion
Hmm.
relative to the amount of Bitcoin being held.
Yeah, but then they also did 135,265 Ethereum derivatives. So
I was about to.
things in Ethereum.
They bought everything in ETH,
Yeah.
ENA, Athena,
Stuff
everything.
like that. Literally everything.
Imagine everything they hold as meme coins after that. That would be hilarious.
Honestly, they probably would do that because
Nah, they probably hold a shit ton of memes.
memes. Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
The majority. Not hopefully not significant numbers.
Yeah.
Mm.
So this information came from a analytics company called Look On Chain.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like that's just like a strategy that they've been seeing across multiple wallets that they believe might be the same like individual
Person?
or organization or entity.
I lied. Looks like Alex froze.
It seems like there's a
Internet
Wi-Fi
is still
issue.
an issue. Clearly. Jesus. Well then.
Yeah, it's a Wi-Fi issue. I currently live in a house where everyone's just like renting a room, so not in charge of the internet here, and that's what's going on.
And everyone's majoring in some sort of computer science.
I don't know how I managed to do that because that was by accident too. So yeah.
Everyone's just runs mini AI models in the house, and they fight over data.
A lot of streaming, also YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying,
about,
that they think it's a Bitcoin OG deposited Bitcoin into so they saw Bitcoin OG depositing Bitcoin into Hyperliquid.
That's
where
Solana.
No, then they sold Bitcoin and bought ETH.
Yeah. Well, but I said that Solana. Hyperliquid is an exchange built on Sol. Better said.
So they also said that in the past weeks, they've been seeing multiple, like, quote, ancient Bitcoin holders reactivating their wallets, and just moving things around.
Yeah, so we're seeing that whole capital rotation everyone talks about for alt season to start. Bitcoin moves first. That money made in Bitcoin flows to ETH. Money made in ETH flows to and just continues trickling down.
Yeah, but these wallets are only 7 years old. So like, if you've been around since the last halvening,
Well, that's older than the last halvening.
yeah, it's like 2 years older than the last one.
Yeah.
3?
2.
Yeah, 2. But the last halvening was last year. It's crazy. That felt like it was yesterday.
Awesome.
But yeah, essentially, if you've been around for that long, like these people look on chain are already consider you an OG.
I think it's because the amount of Bitcoin they're holding, like that's an OG amount.
That's a whale amount. Typically, like an OG thing. But I would say
no, OG would be like 2015
founder, like 2015. Well, yeah,
that's your first cycle.
I'm sorry, say that again.
That's the first cycle. That's the start of the second cycle.
No, 2009 Bitcoin launched. First halvening happened in 2012. Then the second one in 2016.
Second cycle.
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, second cycle. Yeah, that's actually pretty early. Yeah, I'd agree. So yeah, that just goes to show how early it is.
Also, you have to reference. There's not a Bitcoin hasn't been around for ages, so you're pretty early if you're in it within the first 8 years of its life.
If you're ancient, is what I'd say. But yeah, if you're
sorry to interrupt real quick, and also to add, he bought Bitcoin not super cheap either at whatever time he did buy.
Yeah, probably not. But they bought a lot. Whoever it is, they bought a lot.
They had some money to burn. But
ultimately, what I was trying to get at is that it's still considered early. But yeah, that if you're getting into crypto now, Bitcoin and all that is blockchain, I still consider that early. I think it is insanely early. Yeah.
Still very early.
That was actually going to be a question that I wanted to ask the audience. I was like, do you feel like it's early, late to join Bitcoin or crypto? Or do you feel like you're just getting in at the right time?
Yeah.
Because some people might be like, oh, before it was too speculative, you don't know what's going on. But now that it's getting more structured.
It's still the case. Unless you're buying things that have already been tried and true, it's still speculative.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation for sure in the market.
Like not
overall.
Even price, just in terms of like product or like the thing they offer.
Yeah. Outside of like the top 10s, those are pretty. That's extreme
stable coins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will. It might be bigger than top 10. Maybe like the top 50, top 40.
Okay. They are fair.
Just that preference, like, mind you, and even though it may be in the top 50, those tokens can still go to zero. Like the couple months ago. I mean, Near Protocol is within the top 50, if I'm not mistaken. And that was it was like the team went to garbage. It was a whole thing, and the price Near was like at $6-7 at the time when it or like $4, $5, and it went down all the way to like $1. Like in that turmoil.
Yeah.
So
Near
nothing is really safe.
major.
You're putting a lot of trust in you're putting a lot of trust behind teams who are managing and running these projects.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very eccentric for the most part.
Yeah, all these people are super eccentric.
Like very few like token creators are like not, but not the point.
Yeah.
But wanted not. I don't want to harp on the whole Powell thing, but we're talking about something, and I feel like I do want to bring it up again because it was a fun time. Like it was fun information. So
Okay.
Peter Schiff talked about, like, he reacted to the news on Powell, like the changes, and
Peter
he
Schiff?
Peter Schiff tweeted about Powell. Yes, he wrote on Twitter saying Powell caved. All FOMC members should be fired for not hiking rates. At least Powell admitted that our economy is weaker and inflation is stronger this year under Trump than last year under Biden. Get ready for the great stagflation. Sell U.S. dollars and buy gold and foreign stocks.
Well, maybe not gold, but
Maybe not foreign stocks.
maybe not foreign. Well, the issue that he's addressing is that the U.S. economy is gonna stagnate and inflation is gonna increase. So it's not good to have dollars. Like, as in, like, dollars would be expensive to hold and not be producing much. So, like, what he's trying to say is just diversify out of the dollar.
Which, if you're any level investor, it's what you're doing for the most part.
Yeah, except for companies, U.S. based companies, like, because U.S. based companies operate under the dollar, so
Sure, yeah.
so their revenue is tied to the health and the economy of the U.S. dollar. So if the U.S. dollar's experiencing stagflation, they experience stagflation also.
I see the point, but it's also like these companies also operate around large companies, or the ones that are traded for the most part, or the ones you're most likely buying operate in international, like around the world.
Yeah.
So they're still, even I agree that they are getting paid in dollars or whatever, but their product is being sold all over. So you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, like, there's a level degree of for which companies are, like, protecting themselves and have diversification of income on their end. So investing in those companies, it's still safe. Is what you're, like, not safe, but, like, mitigated to a degree.
I'm just saying, yeah. Like if you're buying Nvidia, whether you're buying it now or under under this stagnation, Nvidia is still going to perform relatively well compared to the rest of U.S. stocks.
Mm-hmm.
And it will still be an asset or a company that people would want to hold. It's irrelevant. It's more so. I was more so toward the point of buy dollars and buy gold and foreign stocks and not Bitcoin. And every Bitcoin holder is like, but Bitcoin just does all this as well. It's the same thing.
That's kind of what I meant. Thought also. It's like, oh, gold and foreign stock. I'm like, yeah, sure, that works, but
or buy the
Bitcoin's
asset
easier.
That flies.
Yeah, Bitcoin's easier.
And also moves. It's also more of an aggressive mover.
Yep.
And then this is lastly on this. Because it's still relative to what we were just talking about, or I don't know what we started the pod with. So apparently Pomp, because we said no one could have predicted the change in framework. So apparently Pomp predicted like 3 years ago, or he said he predicted, who knows? But he's stating he did that that the Fed that they would increase their inflation target rate, meaning the number that 2% he expected it would go up. Because of the amount of money printing that happened during the pandemic and like that 4-year period.
Yeah, that pandemic really did change the economy significantly.
I don't think it changed it. I think it just like you add a lot of salt to the water, and you can't get salt out of water too all that easy.
So, yeah, that's true.
I think, yeah. It's like I think that's what happened. And there's no real easy way to take all that money out of circulating supply. Quite difficult.
I see. So, talking about predictions, I'm gonna share my screen really quickly.
He's on his favorite website, and
I
we
love
can
this
share
website.
screens now.
It is so fun. So, obviously, Polymarket. This is it's a prediction platform for just making money off of what you think is going to happen, or losing money, depending on how accurate you are with these predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Fed decision in September? Question mark. Right. That's kind of like the title. What's going to happen? Are they going to increase basis points by 50 plus 25 decrease? 50 plus basis point decrease, 25 basis point decrease, no change, or 25 basis points increase. Obviously, 25 basis point decrease has a 77% chance right now in terms of these voters, right? But clearly, Powell said that they're leaning towards this being accurate, true. And when was that? That was yesterday that he said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are on the 23rd today. Yesterday, 22nd. Okay? The part that I think is interesting is, had you seen this all the way back here on August 1st, that was like when the path split.
Yeah.
That's when like Polymarket definitively was like, no, we're going to decrease basis points on August 1st. What happened on August 1st that led to people making that change? I do not know. But
labor revision.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
On August 1st.
I don't know if it came out August 1st, but that's the news that kind of indicated that they're cutting rates.
Yeah, so essentially it had to be on August 1st because that is specifically when the lines swapped. Like before, they were like dancing, blah blah blah, but now clear divide.
Yeah, that's when the news broke.
Yeah, just wanted to say that. I thought that was interesting.
The betting markets know they're on top of that.
They're on top of it. I'm no longer sharing my screen anymore, right?
You're not.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Just want to double check. Still getting used to these new features that I could now use because my hardware could actually handle it.
So last Bitcoin just like thing that's going on before I think we move on to like other things. So Vancouver is considering using Bitcoin mining to heat and warm public pools.
Hey, Mayor, Vancouver.
Yeah. Yes. Mayor also proposes accepting taxes in BTC and adding Bitcoin to the city reserves.
Cool. I mean, they would have to if they're mining it to warm.
Around in Vancouver.
If they're heating up pools, then they had to have it in their in their reserve, like on their balance sheet.
Yeah. Well, they're talking about adding the taxes, paying taxes in Canada with Bitcoin, and putting that in the reserve.
I see.
So
I don't have the full story
products and heating stuff before.
Oh yeah, 100%. We've talked about that extensively before.
And mind you, who if you guys have never seen it, Google heating pools with Bitcoin. It's really interesting.
Yeah, there's
it's kind of crazy. Like it's crazy.
There's a spa in New York City that heats their stuff. Yep. And then like we've talked about this so many times. It's really cool what we could use Bitcoin for, Bitcoin mining specifically, like in interesting ways. Mm-hmm.
All right, Alex has stories for us.
This is just because of the Bitcoin thing, and this is I wasn't going to talk about this, but just to give a quick little thing, there was a economist from Harvard, Professor Kenneth Rogoff. he admitted that his prediction about Bitcoin being more likely to fall to 100 than reach 100,000 was incorrect. Obviously, because Bitcoin's already above 100,000. But he's like, he was wrong. He said that he was wrong, and I thought that was very big of him to publicly just go back and say something.
Admit when you're wrong.
He did, like,
it would be nice if everyone who makes these claims would admit they're wrong. I mean, Larry Fink said it himself as well, that he was wrong when Bitcoin first came out.
Yeah, Larry Fink.
When he gets asked on
panel. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Big on him, but also
Peter's the only one who doesn't.
Yeah. So recently, we talked about the case for Roman Storm and what was going on with the Tornado Cash protocol, and that case was closed not too long ago. It started on July 15th, and Roman Storm pled not guilty to the charges that he was, which included conspiracy to commit money laundering, conspiracy to violate sanctions, conspiracy to operate an unlicensed money transmitting business.
Every financial law out there.
Yeah, essentially. He pled not guilty. And for the most part, people in the space, who understand how the technology works, would argue that none of these apply to him. There's even the DeFi Education Fund that has made public statements before, and their view is, and I quote, "Software developers of non-custodial peer-to-peer protocols do not exercise control or custody over user assets and are thus not running money transmitting businesses or financial institutions under the BSA." So, unfortunately, at this time, Roman Storm has been found guilty for the charges that were presented to him. However, the DOJ is now switching their view on what writing code is, and like it's pretty much stating that if you're writing code with non-malicious intent, you will not be charged with a crime, or not charged, but arrested or like tried against. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was this is said by Matthew J. Galliotti, the Attorney General, and Acting Attorney General of the Department's Criminal Division. So he said, "Our view is that merely writing code without ill intent is not a crime. The Criminal Division will, however, continue to prosecute those who knowingly commit crimes or who aid and abet the commission of crimes, including fraud, money laundering, and sanction evasions." So the crazy part is that the DOJ said that in 2023 that Storm violated federal statute titled 18 U.S.C. 1960 in operating an unlicensed money transmitting business. And Galliotti, in addressing that statute, he also said, "Where the evidence shows that software is truly decentralized and solely automates peer-to-peer transactions, and where a third party does not have custody and control over user assets, new 1960 B1C, charges against a third party will not be approved." As in, they're changing their way of handling the situation. Mind you, that pretty much matches up exactly, like almost word for word, for what the DeFi Education Fund said. So, this question? Do you have something to say? Okay.
Not yet.
So this guy Jake Chervinsky, the chief legal officer at Variant, he put this statement out on X, saying Roman Storm was just convicted of this exact charge under these exact circumstance. Justice for Roman means dropping the case.
Well, he's already convicted, so there's no need to drop the case.
Yeah, well,
He
was.
He go to appeal. Once he goes to appeals courts now to get it overturned.
He would
and
have to
then
go to appeals
there
court,
They
yeah.
can probably.
He
out.
well, now I guess if you're a lawyer listening to this, general question, can someone be given a pardon of sorts, or like case dismissed even though it's already been closed, without the actual person setting up an appeals court case?
Not a lawyer here, but I don't think you can. We can also just ask ChatGPT to see what the response is for that exact same question.
True. I don't know. I just wanted some listener interaction.
But no, please do let us know. I mean, I will ChatGPT anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's crazy that they literally changed the whole statute right after the case. And it's like, how are you going to change the statute right after the case and then just convict the man for the exact thing that you just said you're no longer going to press? It's kind of wild. They should let Roman free.
I'm almost positive he can probably win it.
Yeah. If he appeals it now, yeah. Also, this was a trial by jury. Damn, said that backwards. This was a trial by jury, so it is kind of unfortunate that our peers just don't fully understand the technology yet, and that's kind of what we're trying to do with this podcast. Try to get more people up.
I think it's a little more complicated in that statement, just because I don't want to make the jurors seem like they don't fully understand. Mind you, there are lawyers involved who are trying to sell you on it way differently than what it could be.
100%. 100%.
That's a very big piece. You have a master puppeteer who's divulging this information a certain way to make it incriminating.
Yeah, that is true. They were trying to make this look really bad.
Mind you, you can. If you go on the stand and they read it out to you, you might be like, "Man, maybe he did do it, like intentionally and all these other like." You can get flip the script.
True.
But yeah, appeals court. Since you added more information, I don't feel like typing it up anymore in ChatGPT.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
And then just to stay on the whole crime thing, there was a massive bust in Africa that led to 1,209 alleged cyber criminals being arrested. 60 of these are of Chinese nationality. And this was done by Interpol in an operation that they call Interpol is based out of France, like that's where their HQ is.
Oh.
But they're the global police.
I know they're
so
who don't have any Americans in it almost. I'm kidding. I don't know. It was trying to be funny.
So
I
the
want to be
operation's called
on Interpol's radar.
You probably aren't.
How do you know, though?
I don't know. So the operation is called Serengeti 2.0, and what they were able to do was recover $97.4 million, as well as dismantling a bunch of malicious infrastructure. This operation pretty much started in June and ended this month.
So in 2 months, they did that much. Like they recovered that
Yeah,
many
they
funds,
had
that much
they had like yeah they had investigators coming from a bunch of different, like 18 different African countries, as well as the United Kingdom. So like they had a lot of people on this. There was one operation that occurred in Zambia, which was a like crypto investment fraud scheme.
Of course.
But so mind you, recovered $97.4 million. This Zambian operation has estimated to have stolen $300 million.
So 1/3 of it.
Yeah.
They recovered 1/3 of it.
Yeah. And affected 65,000 victims, give or take.
That's a lot of money for a small group of people, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a small group of people.
65,000, 300 million?
Yeah. Oh, you're saying that they were able to steal a lot of money from 65,000 people.
Yeah.
I see. And then they only arrested 1,209 individuals.
That's a pretty big organization.
Yeah. That is a pretty big organization. Yeah, that's also a lot of arrests. Additionally, Interpol had another case in Angola where there were Chinese nationalists or nationals that were nationals that were illegally validating blockchain transactions and generating cryptocurrencies. So there was like 25 different mining centers that they had, and
I assume these were like on smaller tokens.
Yeah, these are like just propped up tokens by them, ultimately rugging individuals later on. And in that, they were able to recover over $37 million of confiscated IT equipment.
How much?
37 million.
37. Damn.
Yeah.
They spent a good chunk of change on this on his organization here.
Yeah. $37 million of mining and IT equipment is a significant amount of money for sure.
Like that hurt. Whoever was taken down in the operations, like
they lost a lot of money.
Funded that are in pain.
Probably, but I mean, the other operation had stolen $300 million. So like, who knows how much they've already made?
Yeah, but I think when you go to those levels, it's like a business. Like
true. Yeah, you lost $37 million.
Your biggest sources of income have been shut down.
Yeah, but
so like
again, criminal.
Mind you, these are criminals. These are bad people. Screw them.
Yeah.
This
right.
Doesn't
matter.
We're not here pity pattering them. We're just. I'm just talking about
like as a business, as a monetary
as a person
thing.
Who's interested in the numbers behind it. I'm like, that hurts.
Definitely.
Right.
That's definitely the case.
Being fair here.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I found, what I had prepared for yesterday when we were originally recording, and then today I spent the whole day setting up.
Setting up the laptop, the computer setup,
the computer, and just cleaning my desk, my workspace.
Haven't had. Yes, I've also not been. Since you've been on vacation, I've been learning Facebook ads.
Ah, you're gonna start
Man of skills.
crypto
No, I'm
scamming
not gonna.
operation? Because that's pretty much what
I am
those
looking for-
scammers did.
I
They
am
did
looking for-
they did a lot of advertisement campaigns.
That's all they do. All
Yep.
you do is spend a crap ton on ads, get enough people to click where you're making your money back, and you're good. And enough people fall for it.
Yep.
Like you just
And granted,
target the.
those criminals. William's not doing it for for crime.
Oh, I thought you were
That was
talking
just a
about-
joke.
I thought it was for crime. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it
Oh.
at all.
No, but you're learning. You said you're learning Facebook advertisement.
Yeah,
Ad
I'm not going to
campaigns.
use a skill. I'm not
For-
using ad campaigns for crypto. It's specifically at this very point in time.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. But so, off tangent, because I don't have much more crypto. It's also the weekend. So I want to talk about something I saw last week happen live, which I found, which is insane. As Alex knows, and I've told him about it multiple times, but maybe you watchers don't know. So Alex Ramosi sold the book, as I told you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing sold over $150 million worth of books within the first 24 hours. Right? Insane numbers.
Yeah.
So what I found crazy was the advertising budget he had for it, which was he goes, I will spend as much as I have to make sure this is the biggest thing I could in the world, essentially, to a degree. So first, I already told you he was spending the maximum, which was $500,000 a day at one point. He doesn't specify if it was at the end or not, whatever, but that's how much he was spending. The second point was Meta reached out to him multiple times because of the amount he was spending. And he had to talk to him and be like, and essentially get granted access to be allowed to spend that absurdity days on end.
$500,000
A day.
a day. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
And he sold $150 million in 24 hours.
Give or take. He won the Guinness World Record for most books sold in 24 hours.
Oh wow.
He
Was that
broke
a
the
goal of
record.
his?
It was part of the goal to break the record.
Oh, shut up! Really?
Yeah. So part of the goal was he wanted to break the record, and he didn't. He wanted to break the record for most books sold nonfiction, because the top 10 were all politicians.
Top 10 most books sold in 24 hours are they're nonfiction.
Are all political.
Written by
are all
politicians?
made by politicians. And he goes,
It's a good thing
I
Alex
want to
did
give him. He goes, he basically said, he goes, I want to just give the biggest fuck you, because politicians didn't build what runs in this in he said the world, but what runs America, it's the people.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, and it's our tax dollars. He goes, I'm gonna win. I want to beat the goal, just to prove that, to take it away from him, essentially.
Yeah. That's dope.
Dope. Do you want to know the part I found, the funnier part of it all? What books do you think are in front of him that sold more copies that are fictional?
That are fictional.
Yeah. So there are books that have sold more copies than his, but they are fictional books.
In 24 hours?
24 hours.
It's got to be one of those big franchises that's had sequels and stuff like that.
Correct.
I don't know which one though.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Yeah,
the
that makes
top
sense.
a give or take, the top 7 slots of the 7 books of Harry Potter each has a slot of most books sold in 24 hours.
That's insane.
Not exactly. I think
Except
it's
for except the first one,
there might
or
be
the
a book
first
or
two.
two. There's probably a book or two that aren't in that realm.
Yeah.
However, at one point he goes, "We just knocked out." I don't know their names, but he would just be like, "We knocked out another one in 24 hours."
One of Harry Potter's books.
One of the fictional ones.
So they've knocked out other Harry Potter books.
They knocked out like 2 of them or 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, you did good then.
But the point was, he literally gave almost an 8-hour, 12-hour marketing session as he's launching the book, and you're just like, oh, I am doing things wrong. If you're a business owner, you're like, I'm doing things wrong. I could do way better. To whatever it is.
He did a 12-hour marketing session during the launch of the book.
Yeah, he launched the book. He launched the book live on YouTube, and he was on both days for almost 12 hours. Both days.
Oh wow! That guy got no sleep.
He got no sleep.
The
He
guy
also
got
made
zero
$150
sleep.
million.
Granted, yeah,
What's sleep when you do something like that?
but isn't he a billionaire?
No,
Is he
he's
not?
close. He's talked about it. He goes, I'm close, or he's alluded to it, but he's not a billionaire yet, from what he's talked about.
I see.
His portfolios of companies aren't to that scale yet.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. At least I don't see what his net worth is. But
No,
yeah,
it's that his is much more difficult since it's all private equity.
yeah,
Unlike grants, who you can find a much clearer number, since it might be some parts are private, but it's real estate and it's all public selling for the most part, or there a lot of it.
That's
So
true.
it's not such an easy number. But no, he is on the track to be a billionaire quite soon.
Honestly, if that book sales things didn't get him there, he's probably right around the corner.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, it's you get at that level. It's net worth what takes you to $1 billion, not.
Yeah, but
income
he sold
for the most part.
150 million. That gets you there. That gets you close.
I mean, it helps a lot. I'm not disagreeing with you. It's a
It's
big
a
help.
whole 15%. That's a whole 15% of the way there.
Yeah, he got 15% there, just like in cash dollars. I mean, mind you, I'm curious to know what's his paycheck from that.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, he was spending also $500,000 a day on advertisement.
Yeah, not even that though. The amount of things needed to make it happen also.
Yeah, publishers,
of
they gotta get a
overhead.
cut.
But publishers obviously get a cut.
And then also, don't forget that he wrote the book, and that took time.
So apparently he said this. He wrote all 3 books at the same time.
What do you mean all 3 books? He was selling 3 books?
He has 3 books.
Oh, okay.
The first book was a $100 million offer. The second book was 100 million leads, and now this one was a $100 million money model.
Okay.
He made the last book he just sold was the first book made 2 years ago, and then when he made that book, he goes, "Wait, to do this, you need what to sell and an offer to sell it with." So then he made that book, and then he made leads, and then money models.
That makes sense. No, I follow. But still, took time to write that. I don't know how long it takes to write a book. I've never written a book before.
Also, not just time. What he did for the money model was the 2-year time frame, from when he did it, wrote it to release. He spent, I don't know how many days, but he basically worked with 1,000 companies of all sizes and things to document it all, and how what he's writing in the book it was implemented to those companies to 10x or like to get better results. And with all that information he notated, he created an AI also.
Like a model?
Yeah. But just based
Agent?
on an agent. But yeah, an AI agent. AI. But just with all like the book information, his stuff, and all the companies he worked with in that time period. Like that was part of the offer that he sold.
For the book?
Yeah.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah. No, I was just saying it's
honestly,
marketing.
Hormozy's a master seller. Like that guy just makes bread.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, he also does have like he does give a lot of things away for free, like information wise, and like things that are actively applicable. Insane. Mm-hmm. Jesus, I'm dick riding hard today. Fucking A, my asshole hurts after this one. Jesus.
I mean, it was interesting.
Damn, I didn't even put the Vaseline on.
It was cool. All right. Well, wrap it up and then meet again next week, I'm assuming, right?
We'll be back next week. We're going to have better things.
So we're going to have newer things because
newer information.
Those things probably haven't happened yet.
Facts.
That's very true.
Likes. Don't forget. Like, subscribe. Alex is not dead. Like we thought he was.
Share. I'm not dead.
Share.
Nope.
Comment. Tell Alex he's beautiful like always.
Don't have to do that.
One day.
But thank you for tuning in.
It's been another week
of your favorite crypto podcast.
Sometimes Crypto.
The Unscripted
Crypto Podcast. Ayo.
Ayo.